Well, hello everybody and welcome back to part 3 of Edinburgh Fest live here at the sparkling New Town Theatre on George Street in Edinburgh. We've got a fantastic live studio audience and I'm very excited to welcome on our resident chef for this show, Harry Mary, everybody! Harry Mary! Oh, Mary, how's tricks, Toots?
Oh,
how's
great,
tricks?
darling, great. It's lovely to see you. Don't you look great?
To
Do
see
you style your own hair?
You cheeky fucker. It was
wasn't
straight
being
when I
cheeky,
came out.
Well, never mind. Anyway, my part of the show now. So today we're going to be doing a couple of things. We're going to be making a quick and healthy snack, an alternative to all those expensive pâtés that we spread on toast and such. So that's coming up. And I've had a request from a viewer for my recipe for fairy cakes. So that's what we'll be doing today, Abby. But first of all, I need a volunteer from the audience to come and give me a hand. Is there someone there? Yes, yes. Oh, I think we have a... Yes? A gentleman? Oh, good. Oh, my, you are a big chap, aren't you?
I saw it first.
Really? Let's step a little bit closer.
We have a little... Thank you, Mary.
It's a little bit forward. Now, what's your name, my dear?
My name's Paul, Mary.
Paul Mary?
Paul Mary.
How lovely, Paul Mary. Lovely to meet you, yes. Paul Mary, isn't that lovely? Yes. Now, Paul Mary, the first thing we're going to do... Oh, by the way, did I tell you that Elvis died whilst eating one of my burgers? Yes. On the toilet. Yes, I had mentioned it the other day, but it's a part of rock and roll history, you know? It's almost like there was a part of me with him when he went. Yes. Lovely, yes. So, Paul Mary, the first thing we're going to do is to create our alternative snack to pâté on toast. So, the first thing, of course, we want to do is to create little crisp breads. Now, any leftover bits of bread you have lying around, just pop them in the oven at 1,000 degrees for about 3 hours, and they come out something like this. You see little crisp breads. You take one of those for me and have a little look at it. Have you seen one before?
Not quite
Yes,
like this,
yes,
no.
yes. Swedish people eat these, you know. They're very nice. Yes. Now, I was rooting around in Sue's, the News's dressing room, and I found these tins of cat food. Aren't they lovely? Now, these are gourmet cat food, yes? Very much the thing for the pampered pussy. And a pussy should be pampered, Abby, shouldn't it? Yes, it should, yes. At every opportunity. In fact, I signed up for Tinder when I got to Edinburgh, you know. Yes, yes. I've been very pampered all week, yes. So, I think we'll take the gold one with the salmon. That sounds rather nice. So you'd open that. Now, don't worry, it's all quite sterile and safe. Yes, it's a ring pool.
Ah.
Yes, yes.
I'm not liking the look of this.
Yes. Paul Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely. Isn't that delicious?
That is delightful.
Oh, it's quite gamey, isn't it? Yes, yes. A bit like yourself. Oh, I do like that. So, we're going to take the crisp bread. If you could hold the tin for me there. That's excellent.
Can I change my mind?
No, no. And we just take a little of that, you see, like so. Isn't that delicious? Look at that. Lovely. And we're just going to spread that on there like that. We'll just get that all worked right into the bread like so. And that's it, a delicious snack in less than a minute. Would you like to try a bite of that for me, Paul Mary?
Go on, then.
Oh, lovely, yes. Oh, it's absolutely divine, Abby. You would love it, you would love it. Anyway, enough of that. On to our recipe for fairy cakes. Yes, my much requested recipe for fairy. So first thing, you could take the bowl for me. Thank you very much. It's quite disgusting, actually, but never mind. It is cheap, though. There's some flour in there, like so. Excellent. Some flour. Do you know, I get quite tense, Abby. I really do. My psychiatrist says I have anger issues, and they tend to bleed out sometimes. So he suggested cooking might actually help. It helps with that sort of thing. You've sort of drifted slightly away. Come here, yes. Come here. Now, we're going to need some sugar for the base as well, like so. A little bit of sugar in there. Lovely. Superb. Don't bother measuring it out. It doesn't really matter. No? We don't have any eggs today, but that doesn't really matter. Now, these are fairy cakes, so we're going to use fairies. I've got these delightful little things here. Look at those, aren't they lovely? Little fairies to put on the cake. Beautiful. And this should help with my anger issues. Mary Berry! Bloody Mary Berry! Yes, of course, I actually do feel quite better now. Fusion cooking, I'm all about the fusion, you know, Abby. So we're going to infuse the recipe with something zingy and tangy, a little bit of Marmite there. In that goes like that. Isn't that wonderful? Yes, absolutely delicious, yes.
Save me some.
And the rice pudding, pop the rice pudding in there. Oh, my goodness, that just... I really wish you could stand here beside me and smell this. It's quite marvellous, Abby, it really is. And so we're going to give that a good mix around, yes. Take a spoon, we'll give that a bit of a mix together like so. Really is absolutely marvellous. And then, of course, we're going to pop in the Marys. The fairies, rather, the fairies, not the Marys. There we go. That's those. Mix those in. And then we have to transfer the mix into the case, of course. So if you could hold that for us so the viewers can all see it at home. Because this is quite delicate, really, this part of the operation. We just pour those all in there, you see. Now, this is silicone, so it won't burn in the oven. Don't be alarmed by it. It's not plastic. So put that in there. Lovely. And then, while I sort that out and get it to the right sort of consistency. Now, where's the other thing I was looking for? It seemed to have disappeared. I had a tin of sausages there, but it's vanished. Oh, well. Ah, good. Have you got this? Sausages, right. So, once we spread this all around, if you wouldn't mind holding that, so we just spread those around like that. Okay? So that they evenly fill all the compartments within the case, like so. So, I mean, don't worry too much about being fussy about quantities. And the cocktail sausages, of course. Now, we need to glaze these before they go in, so we do...
Good shot.
Lovely. Stick some of those in there. That's it. And then we pop this all in the oven at about 1,000 degrees, as I said, same thing as the bread, like so. For about 3.5 hours, or however long you'll feel like doing it for. It doesn't really matter because the end result is all the same. Oh, almost forgot, little splash of wine. Utterly delicious. And then, of course, about 20 minutes later, we have our wonderful, finished fairy cakes.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Mary. And your volunteer is Paul.
That's it.
Paul Mary.
Paul Mary. Paul Mary.
Paul Mary. Uncanny.
He's a bit of a muscle Mary, really, isn't he?
Mary,
When you
yes.
think about it.
I saw him first, hands off. Right, thank you so much to Hairy Mary, and I feel very sorry for the poor fairies that you put in there. Save me some wine for afterwards.
I started off in TV when I was about 10. In 1957, I was on the Perry Como show as a Comoette, and that's actually what my show is, the beginning of my show is about. And then I went on to do a soap opera called The Edge of Night, which was canceled at the edge of night, and little things, but I mostly do theater.
Okay, let's go for takedown.
You know, as a kid of 10, being on TV and making a good salary, and it was a very big deal back then, you get robbed of your childhood because you turn into a professional kid, you know, and you're treated like an adult. So, but a comedian, I could see a little kid, you know, put up a little soapbox on the block and do it for the neighbors and stuff, but to really pursue is very stressful for a kid. I say, go out and play hardball.
You've got is this your first time in the Fringe?
Yes.
First time in the Fringe?
Yes.
How's the Fringe treating you?
It's wonderful. It's amazing. I mean, I am so thrilled to be here because of all the people in the streets and the excitement, and it's just the variety of shows there are. I can't wait till I have some time to go see a few. But it's quite a thing. I've done other Fringes, but there's nothing like this. Nothing.
Okay, let's go for takedown.
It's the story of a 10-year-old struggling on the Perry Como show in 1957, trying to juggle her stage mother, who was an ex-Rockette from Radio City Musical, gender dysfunction, and mortality, all while tap dancing. And that's a mouthful. I am the oldest person to make a debut. How about that one?
A world beater.
God, I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, let's go. Take that.
Because this is the daddy of all fringes, and it's the most prestigious. And, you know, when you hand in your resume and you have that you've performed in the Edinburgh Fringe, it's a calling card. My director, actually, in New York, Peter Michael Marino, he turned me on to fringes. So I did the Orlando Fringe, the San Francisco Fringe. I won Best of Fringe in San Francisco, Hollywood Fringe, and then I thought, come on, let's get serious. This is the one. So here I am.
Wonderful.
And I'm so glad. I really am glad.
Okay, let's go. Take that.
My show is at Sweet Venue, and it's 2:15 every day. I think the 10th I get my first day off. Every day, 2:15, and the whole story is told through tap dancing, mime, physical comedy, song, and humor and pathos.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Sounds wonderful.
it's great.
Lovely.
Now, before we carry on for Sue's With the News, we're going to go have a little break before part 4, everybody. So we'll be back in a minute, folks. See you in a bit. Round of applause for Harry Mary.
Okay, let's go. Take that.
Showbiz TV, Sky Channel 266, nightly from 11 p.m.